Hello everybody, welcome back to All About Freelancing series. Now this is a very different setup today that we have. This is the beautiful Lynn Valley Park in North Vancouver. It's like the last few days of summer remaining here, so I thought, why not let's take a walk to the park and we can shoot a video over there. Today we are going to talk about a very subtle yet important topic. This is about how do you build your client's trust. Now building trust is not something that can happen in a day. It takes a long time to create that kind of a relationship with your client, but definitely there is a certain roadmap that you can follow to build that kind of a trust. The first step that helps in this is to start taking recommendations from your existing client, because any new engagement that you want to have, your prospective client, they do not have much idea about you or your work. Right? So any kind of a recommendation that your existing client gives you for your work, that definitely helps them to create some kind of a picture about you and your work. So please always make sure that any project that you're working on, you always ask your client for recommendations, so that can help you with your future work. Now there are certain misconceptions that I have seen when it comes to building trust. One thing is that I see a lot of candidates, they feel that if you can develop certain sense of confidence within you, and if you can project this confidence to the client, then the client will start trusting your work. Well, to be honest, this doesn't really take you, long enough, because initially the client might be impressed with your confidence, but while you start working on the project, they will very soon realize that you are not really how you project yourself to be. So in fact, that is going to damage your relationship with the client quite a lot, and then it will become even more difficult to build that trust with the client. So I will recommend that instead of putting so much of an effort in showing that kind of a confidence, you invest this time to upskill yourself and make yourself job ready. When I take interviews of candidates, even I have seen these instances wherein if I ask a candidate like, are you good on a particular technology, they will come up very confident on that and say that, okay, yes, definitely we have worked on this technology for a long time and we can solve any kind of issues. But the moment I start taking interviews and dig deep into problem solving using that technology, I very soon figure out that they are not really as good as they are projecting themselves to be. So, just showing a bit of a confidence is not going to take you further. In fact, that takes me to the next point of being honest about yourself and your work. So this is something that is definitely going to help you. Let's say during an interview or even during an engagement of work with your client, if they ever ask you about your capability of solving a problem, be absolutely honest about what you know and what you do not know. Let's say if you are an expert on a particular skill set, then say that you are an expert on that, and if you are at a beginner level, project it that way, so that this also gives a very clear picture to the client, okay, that these are the kind of work that I can get it done from this candidate, and these are the things that probably I should not ask or have some kind of an expectation from them to complete it. This helps interview processes also, because a lot of times when a candidate comes to me and say that they are an expert on a particular technology, then I also ask questions related to that particular expertise level. So if they set the right expectation to me as an interviewer also, it becomes easy for me to evaluate a candidate. Now the next thing that really works is integrity about your work. So let me try to explain this with some examples. Sometimes it might happen that there are multiple ways of solving a problem. Let's say there is option A that takes 10 hours and there is option B that takes 2 hours to do. And if you are on hourly wage, then you might think that if I work on option A, then I get to work on longer hours, and financially that is beneficial to you. But when you look at those options, you might figure out that it is actually option B which is beneficial for the client. So what do you do in this case is about your integrity for your work. So I will always recommend that always put your client first before you, and choose the option which is good for your client and not for you in either way. because if you try to look for this is kind of a little bit of a cheating, and if you try to do this kind of a cheat here and there, it might give you very small gains, but over a period of time it doesn't really help you. Because very soon the client is going to realize that you are not really working for the client or for the project, but your main concern is always yourself. So always make sure that you ingrain this culture within yourself, to make sure that you always think about the client first, about the project first, and never put your aspirations ahead of your clients. So if you keep this thing, it definitely works in the long run, and slowly and gradually the client will also realize this, and they will start trusting your work. The next point, and quite an important point, is about your commitments to the work. So let's say if you have given some kind of a commitment about the duration of work that you are going to work on, or some delivery that you are going to provide within a given time frame, always please make sure that you stick to your commitments, because even if you miss your commitment by a few hours or a day or so, you might take it very lightly, but for your client you have kind of slipped on your commitment, and this is going to damage your relationship with the client. So once you have given a word, always please make sure that you give absolute 100% from your side and try to meet your commitments, even if you have to put in some extra effort from your side. So before you give any kind of commitment, always evaluate all the situations well. But let's say if it happens that you are not able to meet it, then always try to make sure that once you have given a commitment, you stick to it. Well, there are exceptions. It might happen that there were certain unknown situations that you had not thought about at all, and that is causing a lot of delays like that. You can always discuss such things with the client, but in general, always make sure that you stick to your commitment. So these were pretty much about all the points and all the ways that can help you in building that trust. It's not really that difficult. If you just think about your work as worship, if you just keep your client first, that is all that it takes to create this kind of a trust. I will give you one instance also. It happened with one of our clients whom we started working with very recently. I had to interview candidates for their project, and I had two candidates, one who was a full-time freelancer, the another who was a part-time freelancer. Now obviously, being a consulting firm, if I go for a full-time freelancer, that is financially more profitable for us. But when I interviewed them, I figured out that the part-time freelancer was actually much better suited for the job than the full-time freelancer. So I suggested the same to my client. And before that, the client was actually kind of very skeptical about our team. I think they did not have a very good experience of working with freelancers before, so they never used to trust our work. But after this particular incident, they started trusting me and my team very much, and they value any kind of suggestions that we give. So you never know, like with incidences like this, the client will slowly and gradually start trusting your work. You never have to say that you can trust me 100%. You never have to say that. Your work should speak for you, and it will definitely happen if you just keep focus on the work and keep your client first. Over a period of time, this definitely happens. So this is all about today. I hope this would be useful to you. If you have any comments regarding this, please let me know. In fact, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe it, so that we can reach more audience in future. So yeah, so until next time, see you again. Have a good day. Bye.